Good morning, everyone. I'm Jim Sanderson, immediate past president of the fellowship. And first of all, congratulations on almost surviving February. It's good to see everybody here on Sunday morning, which is always a highlight of my week. Indeed, since I've retired, it's about the only way I know we've started a new week. Now, there's much to say about why UUFP is an important part of my life. It gives me a community, a sense of usefulness, and a stimulating environment intellectually, spiritually, and morally. Living solo with no family nearby, communities of choice become very important, and UUFP is mine. I come here to be with people, interesting, good people. UUFP has a reputation of being a very welcoming congregation. We don't stand back and allow new people to come to us. We go to them. I certainly felt this during my first interactions with the UUFP, and these were as a guest speaker back in the 1990s. And I found a congregation that was open to hearing me and very open to giving feedback. I particularly remember Ken Haggard having questions for me after every sermon, and Richard Hudgens wanting to go over any historical details I may have mentioned. Speaking here was fun, and being here is still fun. Fun is not an inconsequential element of community. Of course, community does go far beyond that. During difficult times in my life, my brother's sudden death, my triple bypass surgery, my mother's passing, some unemployment problems, I always felt supported and cared for by my UUFP community, and it made all the difference. Just this month, after I had some surgery, several of you offered to help out during the 2 weeks I could not drive. As well as these personal events, I have experienced times of both joy and sorrow that have been shared by all of us. The passing of beloved members, the celebration of our 60th anniversary, the welcoming of new ministers, and annual events like the yard sale and the new member recognition. All of these and much more help to make us a community, indeed a family. One of the ways a community nourishes its members is by giving them a sense of usefulness, of purpose. That the UUFP has certainly given me. I have served as a member and at times chair of the Sunday Services Committee, contributing to the development of our worship format and liturgical observances. For me, the Sunday worship service is the central rite of our community, our formal coming together. Additionally, I have served on several ministerial search committees. Being trusted with that responsibility meant so very much to me. I've also served on the board, 4 years as secretary, 4 years as vice president, and 4 years as president. The only office I haven't held and never will is treasurer. I cannot list everything that came up during those years, but I certainly learned a great deal about just how complicated a being a congregation really is and how important it is for its members to be involved. There was a lot of work. There were often disagreements, sometimes real difficulties, but also great rewards. Particularly rewarding was our vote to find a new home that will allow us to expand fulfillment of our mission. Oh, and yes, there was the adoption of the mission statement in those years. We often joke about church time as the slowest possible progression of events known. But this congregation has made great strides relatively quickly over the last few years. We have truly learned to apply the use of the democratic process to our decision-making. Being so very involved in all of this gave me a sense of worth, of being valued, and of contributing in a meaningful way. We say in our offering that the UUFP only has what we bring to it. Giving what you can and having it welcomed and appreciated is wonderful. Finally, there's the impact UUFP has had on my growth. Our mission statement provides a good framework for discussing this. We start off with grow in wonder. Every service, every class, even personal interactions do this over and over again. We bring people of diverse perspectives together here. There's almost no topic that cannot stir a conversation among us. Not only have I grown through learning and sharing, but also by hearing how very differently people can approach the same topic, how very differently people can hear the same statement. Then there's connect in love. I've discussed already the many ways I feel love from and to the UUFP, how connected I feel to you, and how that has meant so much to me. More than that, I have tried to take the lessons of love learned here into the rest of my life, trying, and yes, it can be difficult sometimes, to accept others with love, even when I cannot accept their actions. Also, I try to be mindful of the actions that I can take in love that I might otherwise miss. And engage in service. Well, I think I've covered the service that I've felt to give here at the UUFP. More than that, engaging in service is a way of looking at life, of realizing that the small and large actions that are rooted in love are also acts of service. And yes, in giving service, we may well nourish our sense of wonder. And finally, there is inspired generosity. Well, every act of sharing, of wonder, and of love is also an act of generosity. Generosity expressed by sharing in many different ways. Generous giving to our canvas, and you knew I'd get around to that, is one way of putting our values in action. Generous here does not necessarily refer to the amount given, but to the joy found in sharing at a level commensurate with ability and with the value UUFP adds to your life. To sum up, what does UUFP mean to me? Well, I am a part of the UUFP, and the UUFP will always be a part of me. Thank you.